Hello and welcome to Q Today, show for March 2nd to the 6th. And I'm Ron Campbell, and I'm one of your hosts for today's show.
And I am your other host, Alison Duddy. We, as always, want to remind our viewers that our weekday show runs from Tuesday at 5 p.m. to Friday at 8 a.m. and the weekend offering from Friday at 5 p.m. to Tuesday at 8 a.m. We broadcast every day at 8 a.m., 5 p.m., and 10 p.m.
And before we get into the news, we want to remind you that we're still looking for sponsors for the program. And you can reach us at our email, qtoday2012@gmail.com. And as always, we want to thank the Caribou Observer for the news stories that we provide you during the show.
And remember, we do just give the highlights. So if you want to read the full details on any of our stories, you can pick up your copy of the Quesnel Caribou Observer or check out their website at quesnelobserver.com. And now to the news, Ron.
Thank you, Alison. And the first thing we want to talk about today is West Fraser is doing quite well. The company's CEO and president, Hank Ketchum, stated that West Fraser's fourth quarter saw $6.1 million in earnings. He went on to say that shipments to China were slower, but expects prices to pick up and substantially in the new year. And he went further to say, we are encouraged with the results of our capital investment program, as well as the continued commitment of our employees to West Fraser's long-term success. And we do wish them much success because West Fraser is one of our bigger employers in the city.
Yes, good point. So, an open house dealing with the West Quesnel Land Stability 2012 work plan has been scheduled for Thursday, March the 8th at 6 p.m. in the gymnasium at Voyageur Elementary School. City staff and engineering contractors will be on hand to speak to residents one-on-one, followed at 7 p.m. by a presentation that will outline the work that is to take place this year. Work is already underway on the $4.7 million full-scale dewatering project that will see the installation of 14 pumping wells, 9 horizontal drain sites, and stormwater system improvements for West Quesnel and area residents. More than $3.1 million was provided by the federal and provincial governments for this project, while the City of Quesnel also contributed $1.5 million to pay for the full-scale dewatering program. In addition, the city has invested more than $2.1 million on the West Quesnel Land Stability Program since 2000. Information on the West Quesnel Land Stability Program can be found by visiting www.quesnel.ca/wqls.html, and we'll get that on the bottom of the screen for you too.
Yes, because that was a mouthful.
It was, yes, that's a long one.
But you know, our viewers out there should realize that this is not just a West Quesnel problem. It is a Quesnel problem. And they should show up and find out what is happening because it's going to affect traffic and different things.
That's right.
And we're investing, we as taxpayers are investing a lot of money in there. And it must be realized that whatever affects one neighborhood can affect the other. So
Definitely. Get
out there and see what the city has to offer in regards to straightening out this water problem that has been in West Quesnel for some time.
You bet.
And talking about spending money. Once again, the council had an open house for the public input on the 2012 budget. What we saw there was a rerun of the line items that have been accepted by council. There was only one submission made from the public there, but there was a question asked about the west side land stability, and I'm sure at this meeting coming up that those questions will be answered. There is going to be more on the budget on March the 5th, or by March the 5th, because the budget must be finalized by May 15th. It was disappointing that there was only 11 people showed up, and when we have over 6,000 taxpayers, give or take, in our area, it was disappointing to see only 11 people there. What items that have been approved will amount to 6% increase in property taxes. But I'm hoping that that figure will be lowered as council debates other budgetary items. I'll have more to say on that as time goes by.
I have no doubt of it. And we appreciate that, Ron. You go to those and, you know, keep informed and keep us informed on these kinds of things.
Well, council does work hard for us, but they have to realize that, you know, if you and I are budgeting something, Alison, what do we cut out? We cut out going out for meals. Yes. We cut out traveling. And if we had to have any training, we'd cut that out too. So basically you've got to look at the nuts and bolts and say, okay, we can't afford this, we can't afford that, and not go for it.
Yep, very true. So Percy Hebert, who is the sports writer for the Caribou Observer, wrote a fond farewell and thank you to Quesnel in this week's Observer. He's leaving Quesnel to take the position of editor for the Smithers Interior News. In his article, he wrote of first coming to Quesnel almost 3 years ago, planning to stay for a year and then move on to greener pastures. But the longer he stayed, he met great local people, all striving to make our city a better place. He takes the time in his article to thank coaches, athletes, officials, and the many local sports organizations that have helped him along the way. He also jokes of being the only card-carrying male at the Observer office and taking the time also to thank his co-workers there and just show his gratefulness for their support. I've known Percy personally for a couple of years through my curling, and I know that I speak for a lot of other people when I say he will be very missed here in Quesnel. When he interviewed me for curling, he always had great questions, and I never had to worry about how the article would come out or if he would spin something the wrong way. I was always very impressed with his writer. And of course, we here at Q Today, and I'm sure a lot of our viewers wish Percy the best in his future endeavors in Smithers.
We certainly do. A couple of things from that. One, he always did it so unobtrusively. Mm-hmm. You never really, you know, he wasn't in your face or anything like that. Yeah. But talking about articles, there's an article about you in the Sports Center, and we don't have it here written anywhere.
I don't like to toot my own horn, Ron.
I know, because you're too modest. But you're an excellent curler, and it was a good article, and I urge everyone to read it. She's well thought of in the curling circles, and she does quite well. And it was a great picture of you.
Actually, I was pleased because usually I'm not the most photogenic person in the world, so I was happy with the picture.
And I'm glad to see that your attitude towards your loss, you did so well there.
Well, Ron, actually, that brings up a really good point, and it's kind of ironic, the timing on this article in the Observer this week, because I actually got a telephone call a couple of days ago from the coach who will be taking the BC provincial team to nationals this year. And unfortunately, one of the ladies on that team is now unable to attend nationals due to some personal issues. And I have been invited to join the team and go to nationals this year in Thunder Bay.
In Thunder Bay?
Yes, from the 16th of March to the 26th. So I'll be away from Q Today for a little while, but I'm excited and happy and thrilled that they thought of me to join the team.
Good. So that'll be in the paper now.
Yeah, I hope so. Well, I'll get a chance to meet the new sports person, I guess.
Now I'm going to be disappointed because who's going to sit in for you?
I don't know. We'll have to find somebody.
Well, I think
maybe Nate will take up the co-host seat again.
You think
for
so?
a couple shows or something.
Well, congratulations. Well done.
Thank you.
But I'm not happy about it because Nate and I, you know, we just might go to blows or something. You know?
I highly doubt that.
Well, that's great.
Get along pretty good.
March when again?
The 16th to the 26th. The tournament actually runs from the 18th to the 25th of March.
I see. So okay. Well, hopefully the weather will be great and the driving. You have to drive yourself up there? Or?
Actually, we fly. I'll be flying. It's quite a long day. I just got my flight arrangements this morning. I'll be leaving Prince George at 7 a.m.
Yes.
To Calgary, to Toronto, to Thunder Bay, arriving in Thunder Bay at 11:30 p.m. So I'm not looking forward to that long travel day, but the rest of the trip I know from my past experience at Nationals should be a lot of fun.
Well, when you get there, you can say, I just flew in from Prince George and my arms are tired.
Yes.
Well, good luck for you.
Thanks, Ron.
Okay. And this story from Anne Gallant is from the isolation room to back to living life large. Annie Gallant, in her lifestyle article, covers a story of Delaine Apps, who battled with acute myeloid leukemia. The article goes on to cover Dalen's treatment, life of sickness, till he got to good health again. And he went back to school in '06, and it's been 6 years since he has had his since he was diagnosed, and he finally feels more like himself. He now has a girlfriend and is attending college. He loves his recreational motorsports and has many, many dreams for his future. The reason we bring this up is it's an excellent article on battle with cancer and the fact that Relay for Life is coming up, and it celebrates survivors such as Dalen Apps, and it's coming up May 26th. You can contact Michelle Godfrey at 250-983-8815 or Kathy Briggs at 250-747-2510 if you wish any more information on Relay for Life. Allison.
Thanks, Ron. So Quesnel is about to be another stop on the 25th anniversary of the Rick Hansen Man in Motion World Tour, with 7,000 medal bearers across Canada carrying the Rick Hansen Difference Maker medal produced by the Royal Canadian Mint. Medal bearers arrive in Quesnel on March the 22nd, with local wheelchair athlete Landon McGauley bringing the medal up Reed Street to Spirit Square at 5 p.m. where end-of-day celebrations will begin. As part of Hansen's vision of an accessible world, the Let's Play Northern BC program from Prince George and BC Wheelchair Sports members from around the province will be in Quesnel, offering the public a chance to envision the world of sport from a wheelchair. The Let's Play Northern coordinator, Nancy Harris of Prince George, is bringing sports chairs, and BC Wheelchair Sports will be on hand with chairs, balls, and equipment for the public to try sports such as rugby, tennis, basketball, track, and road racing in the gyms at QJS between 1 and 4 p.m. on March the 22nd. The afternoon will be an open gym format of inclusive physical activity, and everyone can be as active as they choose, trying as many different physical activities as they want, Harris said, adding that the program is inclusive for all ages. If you would like more information on the Let's Play program, you can visit their website at letsplay.bc.ca, or for more information on other wheelchair sports, you can go to www.bcwheelchairsports.com. And if you would like to know more about the 25th Anniversary Man in Motion Tour, you can also go to www.rickhansenrelay.com. And I would love to encourage everyone to get out there and really try it out and just see what it's like, even if it's just for a few hours, get an idea of, you know, some of the things that people in chairs deal with on a daily basis.
On a daily basis.
Yeah.
Watching you, you would never know that you had that chair.
Thank you.
I must say that I tried it many, many years ago when I was on a committee for the city.
Mm-hmm.
We went about trying to find out if the sidewalks and so forth were accessible, and it is not an easy task, and I support the fact that they should get out there and try it, just to realize.
Just try it out, you know, with that understanding comes awareness and inclusiveness, and so, you know, the more people that go out and try this stuff, I think really just makes for a better community, trying to make it inclusive for all people. And you know, when you make something accessible or inclusive for people in wheelchairs, you're not doing it just for people in wheelchairs. You've got mothers with strollers, you've got seniors with walkers, you've got, you know, even people with shopping carts and things like that. Right. So you're making it inclusive for everyone, not just a small group of people that get around in wheelchairs.
It's not a sympathetic trip.
That's right.
It's a knowledge trip.
Exactly.
Yes. See, we think along the same lines. So how am I going to think when you're gone for
Oh,
March 15th?
you'll do just fine.
I don't know.
I know you will.
We do have a correction. We mentioned the Watu choir coming to Quesnel, and during our last show, we said that they would be performing in Quesnel on 7 p.m. on Saturday, March the 3rd at the Bethel Pentecostal Church on Coach Road. There's a correction to that. It is at 6 p.m., not 7, as previously reported. So just to recap, the Watu Children's Choir will be performing at the Bethel Pentecostal Church on Coach Road Saturday night, March 3rd at 6 p.m. They will also be performing 2 shows at North Star Baptist Church on North Star Road on Sunday, March 4th at 9:15 and 11 a.m. Their last performance is scheduled for Sunday evening at 7 p.m. at the Maple Park Alliance Church on Balsam Avenue. Donations are gratefully accepted. And I would urge our viewers out there to get out and see this choir. It's an excellent performance that they put on, and it's also a great informational trip because you will find out just how things are back in their home country and how much they do need our support and help.
All right. Thanks, Ron. So we also mentioned, I think we've mentioned it a couple of times on different episodes of our show now, about free income tax for low-income residents. So we're just putting it out there again as a reminder that this service is starting this coming Wednesday, March the 7th, at the Salvation Army on McLean Street. And it runs from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. every Wednesday through March and April. So if you are low income and you are in need of someone to help you with your taxes, can certainly take advantage of that great service.
With all your globetrotting, you better get your income tax done.
You know what?
Soon.
I was thinking that this morning on my way down here. I was thinking, oh, that's something I'm going to have to do before I get going.
That's
so,
for sure.
Yes.
Well, we're going to move into my rumblings, and they're very short rumblings, and I also have a thought for the day to attach to it.
Great.
I was very disappointed over the lack of involvement by our taxpayers in regards to the city budget. I'm also disappointed of council for their lack of trying to reduce spending rather than increasing it. They've taken more money for training, more money for legal fees, and they're also taken an increase in salary. And I just feel that we should be looking at how we can reduce spending. Taking an overview of our taxes and what we pay for garbage and water and sewer, it's very reasonable, but because it's reasonable doesn't mean to say we have to throw it away. We should be looking at holding the line on spending. And there'll be more on that as we go along through this month until the budget is approved. And hopefully we'll be coming out on the better end of the stick because everything is going up. Gas, everything. Mm-hmm. So enough of my complaining about my poor wallet. My thought for today: say yes to what is right, no to what is wrong, and you will find peace in your heart. And that ties right into that budget. I got to learn to say no and yes.
So true. Where do you get your thoughts for the day, just out of curiosity? Because you come up with some really good ones.
Well, I have a book that was given to me sometime by a good friend when I was going through some health issues. Mm-hmm. And it was a book to say, help you through the tough times.
Like an inspirational type of thing.
To read, yes.
Oh, that's
mm-hmm.
great.
Yeah.
So now it is time to take a look at what's happening in our community with the community calendar.
And Alison, just before we get to the photo of the day, we've got a recent news release about the multi-center. And once again, we have to highlight the fact that we do have some excellent volunteers here. And one of them is Bernice Heilzelman. She's chair of the local fundraising subcommittee for the multi-center. And they had a coloring contest, and they're announcing the winners. So Alison, I'll let you tell them how much the prizes were and who won, because that's the difficult part of it.
Thanks, Ron. Sure, leave the hard stuff to me.
That's what men do.
So in the coloring contest, the $50 first place prize was donated by the Quesnel and District Community Arts Council, and Shirley Smith handed out the prizes to True Bolio, who in the 5 to 7-year-old category, Bailey Panchishan in the 8 to 10-year-old category, and Kara Mighton in the 11 to 13-year-old category. Leisure Services donated a 10-pass swim certificate for the second place winners, and Eric Wickham, chair of the fundraising committee, presented these to Chloe Dirksen, 5 to 7, Elizabeth Riley, 8 to 10 category, and Caprice Kine-Dupker, I hope I pronounced that right, 11 to 13-year-old category. Kristen Brown-Hill in the 5 to 7 category, Sarah Klotz in the 8 to 10 category, and Taylor Waters in the 11 to 13 category were all provided with their third place prize and a gift package offered by Booster Juice from Ildiko Newman, a member of the fundraising committee. Did I say that right?
Yes, that's very good.
Not too bad, good.
Yeah, well, that's why I'll let you say that. Bernice went on to say that she's extremely pleased with the number of entries. There was over 100 entries, and overall the judges had a difficult time choosing the top 3 winners in the age category. But I'm glad to see that's one of the fundraisers off and running, and we'll see more coming up in the near future. As they reported last time, they're going to have a golf ball drop, and I'm really looking forward to that, because I may get my supply of golf balls for this year.
Right. And also, just to a little footnote, I guess, the fundraising committee is going to use the winning entries on items such as postcards, PowerPoint presentations, posters, and advertising. So that's fantastic.
It is.
Congratulations to the kids
Well
for that.
done.
Yeah.
Ah, well, that's the first fundraiser that they've had going.
Yeah.
So next is the photo of the day, which is a collection of photos this week. Our friend Dave Sutton was at the Crooners Cafe at St. John the Divine Church Hall. How come you and I have never been asked to be there?
I had no idea. You know what? Excuse me. I didn't even know about it until I got the pictures from Dave and was doing this up.
Because I thought maybe we could do a Sonny and Cher thing.
Oh, yeah, right.
I'll be Cher.
You know, I was at a curling bonspiel 2 or 3 weekends ago in Prince George, and they had a banquet dinner on the Saturday night.
Mm-hmm.
And in order to be able to go to the buffet and get your food, someone from your table had to get up and sing a song. So I volunteered, no, I can't believe I did, but I was so hungry, I just wanted to eat, with one of the fellows that was sitting at my table, and we sang a great version of Row, Row, Row Your Boat.
Oh, you did?
We did.
And you had the words right and everything?
You bet.
And you got up to eat?
Yes.
So this was held on Saturday, February the 25th. And it sounds like they're going to try and do this monthly over the next 3 months. So if you have a photo you'd like to submit to our photo of the day segment, feel free to email us at our website, www.qtoday2012@gmail.com. And again, thanks, Dave, for getting those pictures to us. We're going to enjoy looking at them all over again.
You bet. Well, that is it for this show. You can contact us by email, as Ron just said, at qtoday2012@gmail.com to give us any feedback that you might have, or give us a tip on any news that you think we should cover here on Q Today, or if you would like to be a sponsor or volunteer. You could also call Nate at 992-3650, or call the station here at Shaw and leave a message for John McKenzie at 992-8363.
And remember, Q Today is produced by QMag, the Quesnel Media Access Group. You can also watch us on the internet at Quesnel Community Access TV. The website is www.qcatv.ca and is run by our colleague Eddie De Sosa.
So thanks for watching. Remember, our purpose here at Q today is to get a conversation going for Quesnel, by Quesnel.
And bye for now.